I never planned to humiliate my brother in front of 11 million people. Honestly, I just wanted him to stop. Stop laughing at me. Stop making everything into a joke at my expense. Stop pretending he was the funny one while I was the sensitive mess who can't take a joke. But the night everything finally snapped wasn't funny at all. It was the night he crossed a line I didn't even know he was capable of crossing. It started when he showed our family a video of me crying. A video I never knew he filmed. A video he edited with sound effects, captions, and a stupid clown filter over my face. And he played it like it was the highlight of the evening, like watching my humiliation was entertainment. Everyone froze. My mum laughed first. My dad tried to pretend he didn't. My brother bowed like he had performed some genius comedy. Meanwhile, I sat there realizing that someone I trusted more than anyone thought my worst moment was content. That's when everything changed, because that video wasn't the only thing he recorded, and I wasn't the only one he recorded without permission. I didn't sleep that night. I just lay there replaying every second of that stupid video in my head, feeling my face burn with the same shame I felt in the room. My brother has always joked around, sure, but this was different. This was mean, calculated, designed to hurt. And the worst part was how casual he acted. Like violating my privacy was no big deal, like he was doing me a favor by lightening the mood. I knew confronting him alone wouldn't work. He would twist it, make me look dramatic, and our parents would brush it off like they always do. So I did something I never thought I would. I dug through his old phone backup. I didn't expect to find anything major, but what I found changed everything. Hidden folders, multiple videos, screenshots, private conversations he wasn't supposed to have, recordings of other people in the family, some extremely personal, and all of it labeled with stupid joke names like he genuinely thought this was entertainment. At that point, I knew I had to expose him, but I never imagined how big it would get. And by the way, if you like stories like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep sharing these wild, real-life moments. I didn't tell anyone what I found on his backup. Not at first. I just sat in my room with my laptop open, staring at the screen, scrolling through file after file while my stomach twisted so tightly I felt like I couldn't breathe. Every video was worse than the last. The first few were stupid pranks, things he filmed at school, harmless stuff. But then I opened one labeled Mum Meltdown LOL, and my whole body went cold. It was a recording of our mum crying in the kitchen late at night, whispering into the phone about how she felt like she wasn't enough, how she didn't know what to do about her marriage. She had no idea she was being filmed. My brother zoomed in on her face as if he was filming wildlife, whispering little jokes behind the camera. I felt sick. I clicked on another one labeled Dad Exposed, and it was even worse. Our dad sitting in his car, head in his hands, talking to someone on speakerphone about losing his job. And again, my brother was there, hiding in the back seat like some kind of creep, recording it all without our father noticing. I couldn't understand it. None of this was funny. None of this was entertainment. These were people in their most vulnerable moments. People who trusted him. People who had no idea that the person closest to them treated their pain like a show. Then I found the worst one. The one that made me realize this wasn't just immaturity, this was something darker. The file was labeled Crybaby Finale, and for a second I thought it was just the same video he showed to the family. But when I opened it, it was something else. Something filmed months before, a day I had completely forgotten about. In the clip, I was sitting on my bed, head in my hands, shaking. I remember that day now, even though I had blocked it out. It was the day I got rejected from the art program I had been dreaming about since I was 13. I was devastated. I was alone, or at least I thought I was. The video showed me breaking down, sobbing quietly, trying to muffle the sound so no one would hear. And then the camera zoomed in, so slowly, so deliberately. He had been hiding behind the door, recording the entire thing. In the background, I could hear him laughing under his breath. Not loud enough for me to hear back then, but enough that the camera caught it. At the end of the clip, he whispered, "This is going to be gold." I snapped. Something inside me just broke. I slammed the laptop shut and sat there in the dark, shaking so hard my teeth hurt. I didn't feel angry. Not yet. It was something heavier. Betrayal, horror, disgust. I didn't know who my brother was anymore. And I didn't know what I was supposed to do with the truth I had just uncovered. I tried to tell myself not to overreact, that maybe he was just stupid, just immature, but that excuse didn't hold up for more than a minute. The level of planning, the secrecy, the labeling, the twisted humor behind it, this wasn't a careless mistake. This was intentional, calculated, targeted. I unlocked his backup again and scrolled further. That's when I realized he had been posting some of the videos anonymously. Not all of them, but enough. Clips of strangers, clips of friends, clips of us. Short, edited snippets uploaded to random social profiles he made under fake names. Some had thousands of views. I scrolled until I found the comments. People laughing, calling him a genius, asking for more. That's when the anger finally hit me. It wasn't hot. It was cold, sharp, focused. My brother had turned our lives into a circus for strangers. He didn't care who got hurt as long as someone out there laughed at his content. And he had the audacity to humiliate me in front of our family like he was some kind of comedic prodigy. I knew confronting him directly wouldn't work. He would deny everything, call me dramatic, say I broke his privacy. My parents would take his side like they always do. Because he's the easy one, the fun one, the one who never causes trouble even though he's the one causing all of it. I needed a plan. I opened Reddit without thinking. I had been scrolling AITA stories for years, always fascinated by how strangers could weigh in on a situation with brutal honesty. I typed everything I could remember about the video he showed our family, about the hidden backup, about the recordings. At first, it was just supposed to be a sanity check. I wanted someone to tell me if I was overreacting or if I was genuinely justified in feeling disgusted. I didn't use real names. I didn't give identifying details. I hit post, and then I closed my laptop and tried not to think about it anymore. The next morning, everything exploded. My post had thousands of upvotes before I even woke up. People were furious on my behalf, calling my brother abusive, manipulative, dangerous. They were demanding that I show the evidence. They were demanding that I protect myself. And then someone said something that changed the entire direction of my life. If he's doing this to you, he's doing it to others. Expose him. I don't know why that comment hit me so hard, but it did, because deep down I knew they were right. My brother wasn't just tormenting me. He was collecting misery, hoarding it, editing it, uploading it. He was creating a portfolio of people at their lowest moments. By that point, the post had millions of views. People were sharing it on other social platforms, breaking down every detail. And yet nobody knew it was about him. Not yet. But they were about to. I didn't plan to expose him to the entire world. That wasn't the original intention. But when I saw how people reacted to the story, how angry they were, how certain they were that this wasn't just a joke, something inside me shifted. For the first time, strangers were validating the feelings I'd spent years burying. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't dramatic. I wasn't the problem. He was. And the more the post grew, the more I realized something the people closest to me had never allowed me to believe. What he did was wrong. Not sibling teasing wrong. Not boys will be boys wrong. It was violation, level wrong. It was the kind of wrong that makes you question everything you know about trust, loyalty, and family. By the time my post hit the front page, it had passed 11 million views. People were tagging it everywhere. TikTok edits, Twitter threads, YouTube reaction videos. Even commentary channels were breaking down the dynamics of my family, as if they had been sitting in the living room with us, witnessing everything. I sat on my bed, scrolling through thousands of comments, my hands trembling. Everyone wanted the proof. They wanted me to post the videos. They wanted my brother held accountable. And for the first time ever, I didn't feel guilty wanting that too. But exposing him online wasn't simple. It wasn't just a matter of uploading a file and watching the internet tear him apart. This was someone I had grown up with, someone I once shared secrets with, someone I thought would protect me. Even after everything I found, a part of me still hesitated. There's a strange kind of grief that comes with realizing someone you love never saw you as a person, only as content. The hesitation didn't last long. It ended the moment he barged into my room without knocking like he always did, holding his phone and wearing that stupid grin that made my skin crawl. "You're being weird," he said. "Why didn't you come downstairs for breakfast?" I stared at him. He didn't know the storm brewing around him. 11 million people dissecting his behavior. 11 million people waiting for him to be exposed. 11 million strangers who knew him better than our parents ever had. "Give me your phone," I said. He blinked, confused. "What? Why?" "Because I want to see what else you recorded." His expression shifted instantly. That little crack of panic flickered behind his eyes. And for the first time, I saw fear in him. Not because he regretted what he did, but because he was afraid he might lose control of the narrative. "You're overreacting," he muttered. "It was just a joke. You're so sensitive. Seriously, calm down. Every sentence he said was like hearing a script I had memorized my entire life. I stood up, feeling that cold anger settle back into place. Do you have any idea how messed up you are? He scoffed. Oh, please. I do one tiny prank and suddenly you act like I'm some kind of villain. You've always made everything dramatic. Mum and Dad know it too, and that was it. That was the last time he ever got to gaslight me. I grabbed my laptop and opened the backup files. His face went pale. Where did you get that? He snapped. I know the passcode to your old phone, I said quietly. And guess what? So do 11 million other people now. You posted this online? He shouted. Are you insane? Take it down. Now. For a moment, I almost felt bad. Almost. Then I remembered the videos of my parents. The videos of me. The ones he labeled like trophies. And suddenly I didn't feel bad at all. No, I said. I'm not taking anything down. And I'm posting more. He lunged forward as if he could grab the laptop out of my hands, but I stepped back. The fear on his face wasn't the fear of someone who had done something wrong. It was the fear of someone who finally realized the consequences were bigger than he ever imagined. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't threaten him. I simply walked past him, laptop in hand, and headed downstairs. My parents were in the living room, drinking coffee. They looked up, confused, as my brother chased after me. Mum, Dad, you need to see something, I said, opening the laptop on the kitchen island. My brother stopped short. Don't, he whispered. Please don't. That was when I knew he understood, really understood. Not the humiliation, not the pain, not the violation, but the fact that he was about to lose the one thing he loved most, control. I clicked play on the video labeled Mom Meltdown LOL. The room went silent. My mum's hand flew to her mouth. I didn't look away. Then I played Dad Exposed. My father's coffee mug slipped from his hand and shattered on the floor. Still, I didn't look away. Finally, I opened the folder with the edited screenshots of messages he had no right to have. Messages between family members. Private moments. Fears. Confessions. My mother looked like she might faint. My father looked like he was seeing his son for the first time and not liking what he saw. My brother stood behind me, breathing heavily, shaking. It was a joke, he whispered. I didn't mean anything by it. It was just for fun. Fun? I said. Who was supposed to laugh? There was no answer. My parents were frozen. The truth hung in the air like smoke, suffocating everyone. My mother was the first to break. How long have you been doing this? The silence that followed was the most honest moment he had ever given us. He didn't deny it. He didn't play dumb. He didn't blame me. Just stood there, breathing like he was drowning, realizing the walls were closing in. I almost ended it there. Almost. But then my phone buzzed. A notification. Someone on Reddit had found one of the anonymous profiles that matched his uploads. They linked it in the comments. The internet had already tracked him down. 11 million people knew before my own parents did. And suddenly I understood something. This story wasn't going to stay inside our house even if I wanted it to. It was already out there, too big to contain. My brother realized it too, and that's when everything started to spiral. My brother didn't say a word at first. He just stood there in the middle of the kitchen, his hands shaking, his face drained of all the fake confidence he usually wore like a uniform. My parents kept staring at him as if he was some stranger who stumbled into our home. I couldn't read their expressions anymore. Shock, anger, embarrassment, disappointment, all of it mixed together. He finally opened his mouth, but the words came out thin and cracked. You don't understand, he said. It wasn't supposed to go this far. I turned toward him, feeling a coldness settle over me. How far was it supposed to go? He swallowed hard. I didn't think anyone would actually find me online. Those accounts were anonymous. Nobody was supposed to connect anything, and it wasn't like I posted anything that bad. My father's voice was quiet, almost too calm. You recorded your mother crying at night. My brother's jaw clenched. I didn't post that one. But you filmed it, my father said, each word sharp as glass. And you kept it, labeled it, stored it. My mother was crying quietly now, staring at the granite countertop, like she was afraid to look up and see what kind of son she raised. Why? She whispered. Why would you do this to us? My brother pulled both hands through his hair, pacing, breathing fast. It wasn't personal. It was content. That's just how the internet works now. Everyone films everything. Everyone posts everything. I didn't think you'd care. Nobody ever cared what I did before. It was such a bizarre justification that, for a moment, none of us reacted. Then he looked at me with a bitterness I didn't expect. But you care now, huh? You care enough to sick the entire internet on me? I took a breath, steady and cold. I didn't put your name anywhere. I didn't post your face. I didn't even hint at who you were. You did that by recording people without their consent. You did that by uploading their worst moments. All I did was tell the truth. He stepped toward me, pointing a trembling finger. You ruined my life. Do you have any idea what's happening out there? People are tracking my usernames, my accounts, my comments. They're connecting dots that were never meant to be connected. It's already on TikTok. People are making videos about me. They know who I am. They know where I live. Do you get it? They found me because of you. My father took a step between us before I could respond. Enough, he said, his voice shaking. You don't get to blame your sibling for the consequences of your actions. You've been doing this for years. My brother stared at him, stunned. Years? Years? You didn't know anything until 10 minutes ago. My father nodded slowly. And that's exactly the problem. The room went silent. My brother looked trapped, desperate, like a cornered animal. He turned back to me, eyes sharp with resentment. You think you're some kind of hero now, posting on Reddit, getting strangers to defend you? You could have talked to me. You didn't need to make this public. I felt something twist inside me, anger, exhaustion, years of being dismissed and laughed at. I did talk to you, I said, for years. Every time you crossed a line, every time you filmed something I didn't want filmed, every time you embarrassed me in front of people, I told you to stop. I begged you to stop. But you don't listen unless there are consequences. He looked like he wanted to argue, but nothing came out. His mouth opened and closed helplessly. My mother wiped her face and finally spoke, her voice trembling. We need to fix this, as a family. My brother's head snapped toward her. Yes, thank you. Finally, someone is being reasonable. But my mother wasn't finished. Fixing this means you take responsibility. You apologize. You delete every file, every account, every video you ever recorded without permission. And you tell us everything. A long, painful silence followed. My brother stared at her like she had personally betrayed him. You're taking their side? He asked, voice cracking. You're seriously taking their side? My father sat down heavily, rubbing his temples. There aren't sides here, just the truth. My brother made a sound halfway between a laugh and a sob. The truth? You don't want the truth. Something in his tone made me freeze. He wasn't angry anymore. He wasn't defensive. He sounded scared. Not of consequences, of something else. He leaned back against the wall like his legs couldn't hold him. If I delete everything, it won't matter, he said quietly. It's already out there. My mother frowned. What do you mean? He looked at us with eyes that were suddenly hollow. Some of the videos, they were stitched by other creators, downloaded, reposted. I lost track. I tried to delete them before anyone noticed, but people had already saved them. They're everywhere now. My stomach dropped. My father's face went blank. My mother covered her mouth again. What do you mean everywhere? She whispered. He shook his head, sliding down the wall to the floor. Everywhere. Discord, TikTok, YouTube compilations, Twitter threads. People made jokes, memes. Some of them weren't even mine anymore. They got edited, altered. I didn't control any of it. The room spun around me. I couldn't breathe. He hadn't just recorded us. He had accidentally scattered pieces of our lives across the entire internet, and now they were out there forever. That realization hit all of us at the same time. My mother collapsed into a chair, her shoulders shaking. My father whispered something under his breath that sounded like a prayer. My brother kept rambling, panic growing with every word. I didn't think anyone would care, he said. It was just a trend. People film everything. I thought I was being funny. I thought maybe I'd go viral someday. I didn't think it mattered. I closed my eyes, trying to steady myself. 11 million people knew my story. But how many millions had seen the videos he uploaded? How many strangers had watched private moments of my family's pain without knowing who they were, without knowing they weren't actors? My brother looked up at me, eyes red. You don't understand. I can't undo this. Even if I delete everything, it's too late. For the first time since this started, he looked genuinely terrified. Not the fear of getting caught, but the fear of losing everything he thought he could control. And part of me understood that fear. The internet has a way of taking things and twisting them, reshaping them, making them bigger than life. My story was already bigger than our house, our family, our town. But something else was happening too. People in the comments were digging, connecting dots he never meant to reveal. Strangers were becoming detectives, and the truth was spreading faster than any of us could contain. I realized then that we weren't dealing with a family problem anymore. We were dealing with a wildfire. I didn't understand the full scale of what was happening until my phone started vibrating non-stop. Notifications piled up faster than I could swipe them away. Mentions, messages, screenshots, people sent me from all over the internet. At first, I was confused. Then I opened one of the links someone had DM'd me, and my whole body went cold. It was a subreddit thread titled, "Is this the brother from the 11 million view AITA post?" Underneath it were side-by-side screenshots from 2 of his anonymous accounts and a picture. From his public profile he had forgotten to delete. Same username structure, same posting times, same writing style, same videos. I stared at the screen in disbelief. The internet had put it together faster than any of us expected, or hoped. My brother's face wasn't fully exposed yet, but it was close. Too close. And then someone shared a compilation video that had already reached 200,000 views. It was titled "When Pranks Go Too Far." The thumbnail was blurry, but I recognized the background instantly. Our kitchen, our hallways, our bedrooms, our private home becoming the backdrop for internet entertainment. The comments were vicious. People calling him a creep, a voyeur, a menace, a danger. Some were trying to identify the house, some were looking for our town. Someone even said they recognized our wallpaper from a real estate listing online. My chest tightened until I felt dizzy. This was spiraling even faster than my brother had warned. My mother saw my face, grabbed the phone from my hands, and gasped when she saw the videos. "No," she whispered. "No, no, no. This can't be happening." My father took the phone next, turning paler with every second. "This is not just a mistake," he said quietly. "This is a catastrophe." My brother was still sitting on the floor, his head in his hands, rocking back and forth like he was trying to disappear. "I told you," he whispered, his voice breaking. "I told you it was too late." For a moment, nobody spoke. Nobody moved. It felt like the entire house was holding its breath. Then my mother finally snapped out of it. She grabbed my brother by the shoulders and tried to pull him up. "We need to call someone," she said frantically. "A lawyer, a police officer, somebody. We can't handle this alone." My brother jerked away from her touch. "You don't get it," he said, louder this time. "Calling anyone will make it worse. If this goes legal, the internet will explode. Reporters will find us. People will show up here. They'll dig into every video I ever posted. They'll find the stuff I never meant to post. Stuff that's gone." He looked at me then, eyes wild with panic. "You started this." My father slammed his hand on the counter. The sound echoed through the house like a gunshot. "Do not blame them," he said, pointing at my brother. "You recorded us. You posted us. You created this." My brother stood finally, shaking so violently he had to grab the back of a chair to steady himself. "You think I don't know that?" he screamed. "You think I wanted this? I thought it was harmless. Everyone posts things online. Everyone tries to go viral. I didn't think it would matter." The desperation in his voice should have made me feel something: sympathy, fear, pity, but all I felt was exhaustion. Years of being mocked, years of being dismissed, years of being treated like entertainment, all of it crashing down like a wave finally breaking. "It did matter," I said quietly, "and now we all have to deal with the consequences." My mother looked between us with tears streaming down her face. "We can't let this get bigger," she whispered. "Please, we have to stop it somehow." But the truth was sitting heavy on all of us. There was no stopping it. The wildfire had already spread. And then the doorbell rang. We all froze. Nobody moved at first. Then my father slowly walked to the window and peeked out. His shoulders tensed. "Someone with a camera," he whispered. Reporter maybe?" My mother let out a broken sound somewhere between a sob and a gasp. My brother stumbled backward like he had been punched. "No," he whispered. "No, no, no. They can't be here already." My father went to the door, but he didn't open it. The man outside lifted the camera and snapped a photo through the glass before my father could even speak. My mum pulled the curtains shut. My brother backed into a corner, muttering to himself, shaking, completely unraveling. I didn't know whether to feel terrified or numb. My phone buzzed again. I looked down and saw a new message from someone I didn't recognize. It was a screenshot of a TikTok comments section. The top comment read, "I know this family. This is real." My stomach dropped. Another message came in. "Your brother is trending." Then another. "You need to get offline. Now." My father grabbed all our phones and shut them off. Nobody posts anything, he said. Nobody answers anything. We are done with the internet for today. My mother nodded weakly, wiping her face. We need to talk to the police, she insisted again. Someone is filming our house. My brother slumped against the wall, sliding down until he hit the floor again. I'm sorry, he whispered. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I wanted to believe him. I really did. But sorry didn't erase the years he spent turning our lives into footage. Sorry didn't erase the videos strangers had downloaded. Sorry didn't erase the fear I felt knowing millions of people had watched my breakdown without my permission. And sorry didn't stop the knock that came next, louder and more urgent. Another reporter, another camera, another stranger who knew too much. My father locked the door and turned off the lights. We sat in silence, listening to the muffled voices outside, the footsteps on the porch, the clicking of cameras. The world outside our house had become something I didn't recognize. And what terrified me most was knowing that it wasn't over. The wildfire was still spreading, and what came next would change everything. Not just for my brother, not just for our family, but for the millions of people watching. By that evening, our house felt like a bunker. Every curtain was closed, every light turned off, every phone shut down, except the landline my father insisted on keeping plugged in just in case. He kept pacing, moving from the living room to the kitchen and back again, muttering about privacy laws, trespassing, safety concerns. My mother stayed at the dining table, hands folded, staring blankly ahead like she was trying to understand how her life had shifted in a single day. My brother hadn't moved from the corner since the reporters showed up, except to grab a glass of water he didn't drink. I sat on the couch, arms wrapped around my knees, feeling like a stranger inside my own home. Hours passed in a tense silence that made every sound outside, passing cars, barking dogs, distant voices, feel sharper, heavier. The world outside felt too close, too watching, too real. Eventually, my father broke the silence. We can't stay like this, he said quietly. This isn't sustainable. My mother nodded, her voice shaking. Maybe we should leave for a while. Stay at a hotel out of town, just until this dies down. It won't die down, my brother whispered suddenly, his voice hoarse. Not for a long time. Not until something else goes viral. My father glared at him. Do not act like this is normal. It is normal, my brother snapped. You just don't understand the internet. People blow things up. They exaggerate. They move on when the next big thing hits. You think I'm the first person to get called out online? He laughed bitterly. A week from now, nobody will care. I shook my head. People don't forget recordings, I said quietly. Especially the ones that spread the way yours did. He flinched like I'd slapped him, but he didn't argue. Instead, he sank back against the wall, covering his face with both hands. My father looked between us, searching for something, an explanation, maybe, a solution. We need to take responsibility, he said finally. As a family, we need to show we're dealing with this. We need to control the narrative. My brother lifted his head, eyes red. Narrative? This isn't a story, Dad. This is my life, my reputation, my future. You created the story, my father said. Now we have to decide how to end it. I watched them, feeling something inside me shift. I had started all of this. I wrote the post. I brought the truth into the light. But I didn't cause the wildfire. My brother did. And now he wanted us to help put out flames he spent years lighting. Maybe we should just apologize publicly, my mother said softly. A family statement. Something heartfelt, honest. My father considered it. It might work. If we say it came from a place of immaturity, a lapse in judgment. Absolutely not, I said before he could finish. They all turned toward me. This wasn't a lapse in judgment. This wasn't a mistake. This was years of filming people without consent. Years of mocking us. Years of uploading strangers' private moments. My mother's eyes filled with tears again. I know, sweetheart, but if we want this to calm down, we need to show remorse. Then he needs to show remorse, I said, pointing at my brother. Not us, not me. My brother stiffened. You want me to go online and tell millions of people I'm a monster? You want me to ruin my life even more? You already ruined your own life, I said. You just hid it, until now. My father stood up straighter, looking suddenly older, heavier. You need to apologize, he said firmly, not because of the internet, because of what you did to your family. My brother's eyes flickered between us, fear, anger, denial, humiliation, all fighting inside him. I'll apologize to you, he muttered, not to strangers. Strangers are the ones who watch the videos, my father said. Strangers are the ones who got hurt. My brother shook his head violently. I didn't hurt strangers. I didn't even post the bad ones. I felt something cold settle in my chest. You hurt everyone you filmed, I said, even if they never knew it. He opened his mouth to argue, but no words came out. He looked down, defeated. Then the landline rang. All of us jumped. My father grabbed it quickly. Hello? His expression shifted from cautious to alarmed. Yes, this is him. My mother stood up, panic rising again. Who is it? My father waved her, quiet, listening. Then he went rigid. No, we do not give permission for our property to be filmed. No, we do not consent to interviews. No, we are not making a statement at this time. My stomach sank. Reporters. My brother buried his face in his hands. My father hung up slowly and looked at us. They're camped outside the neighborhood entrance now, waiting. My mother's hand trembled as she reached for a glass of water. We're trapped, she whispered. We're prisoners in our own home. My father didn't speak. He didn't have to. The silence said everything. Another hour passed, then another. The sky darkened outside. The reporters didn't leave. When night fell completely, my father finally said what I think he had been trying not to say all day. We need legal counsel. We need to involve the police. My brother shot up from the floor. No, we can't. If cops get involved, it becomes public record. Everyone will know. This will blow up again. You'll make it worse. My father's jaw tightened. Recording people without consent may already be a crime. My mother gasped softly. My brother looked like the ground had dropped out from under him. Dad, please, he whispered. I didn't mean to do anything illegal. I swear. Please don't let them take me. His voice cracked. For a moment, he wasn't the arrogant brother who mocked me for years. He was just a scared kid who didn't understand the line he crossed until it was too late. My father exhaled deeply. Nobody is taking anyone, he said. But we need help. My brother collapsed onto a chair. I ruined everything, he whispered. I just wanted people to like me. The words hit me harder than I expected. All the posts, all the videos, all the pranks, they were part of him trying to be someone admired, someone funny, someone important, someone seen. And in chasing attention, he stopped seeing the people closest to him. My mother sat beside him, putting a shaky hand on his arm. We'll figure this out, she said softly, but it has to start with honesty. He nodded weakly. Okay, he whispered. I'll apologize. I'll delete everything. I'll do whatever you want. The air in the room shifted heavy, but calmer. My father sat back down. My mother held my brother's arm. I leaned against the couch, tired, but relieved. It was the first moment that felt like maybe there was a way forward. Then the landline rang again. My father sighed, reaching for it, but when he answered, his face changed immediately. Not fear, not frustration, something worse. What? He asked. What do you mean? How? My mother stood up, panicked. My father looked at each of us, his expression hollow. Someone, he said slowly, uploaded the videos from his private folder. All of them. My brother's face drained. No, he whispered. They're gone from the backup, my father continued. Every single file is gone. My brother let out a choked breath. Then who? My father swallowed hard. Someone else had access, and just like that, the wildfire found new fuel, and the next chapter began.